All right, back with another Monday lower body day, sprinting, jumping, lifting. Start out with hill sprints. I just get going down the road a little bit and then getting downhill sprints, get that overspeed training. So we just got back, finished up, did some hill sprints. First we did our warm-up. Consisted of hops, skips, bounds, those types of things. Sometimes I'll do a game, but I was down at the hill, over at the hill, so I did hill sprints. And I also did some downhill sprints, so that overspeed, kind of just going as fast as you can. Think back when you were a little kid and maybe you're playing red light, green light, or you're just playing a game and you're just running downhill as fast as you can. You kind of get out of control and you go faster than you really can, and it's just that overspeed. It's not something you want to do if you haven't sprinted in a long time, probably. So again, I did a few contrasts with the hill sprints right into the downhill, but didn't do a ton of downhill. So I did more hill sprints than I did like 3 downhills. So again, not a ton. Getting back and just getting some overspeed, hitting that overspeed, and kind of that kind of fun and that kind of fear of not knowing you can go that fast and going downhill, being able to stop. And it's on blacktop, so it was on blacktop, so you never know. It's like if you wipe out, you wipe out. Oh well. So you got to do that. It's kind of that facing that fear and kind of that exhilaration of going fast, and that's why I like those. So now we're going to get into our jumps. About 10 minutes here. We're going to do some dives onto a mat, do a somersault over the hurdle, and then in broad jumps as well. Then we'll get into our lifting portion of the day. So let's hit it. So these are just a fun variation that I enjoy. I do them a good amount of time, just changing things up, making jumping more fun and making it more athletic, adding the roll, the dive in there. Today kind of sucked. Since I work out in the morning, it sucks because the grass is always so dewy and wet. So sometimes I'll wear cleats, but I don't like to just tear it up all the time because as you can see, my lawn is pretty torn up. But now the kids are done, so it's just me. But doing this, kind of just making sure you're not slipping. You'll see a few of these that I slip a little bit. But again, just another fun variation. So I did the rolls to the hurdle, and I also did the roll to a broad jump as well. Just tracking. See me grab my wrist there. Wrist been bothering me still again since baseball. But again, I kind of got rid of taking cleans out for a while because those really affect it. Kind of judging, figuring out what the upper body is going to be like too, as I push-ups and stuff, especially drop plyo push-ups bother it, but we'll see. You gotta work through things. No reason to stop. That would just be an excuse. But we can always work around stuff. So taking things out for a while might be the best. But again, that landing kind of using the wrist can kind of bother it, but we may do with it. So just dive, roll, jump. Here we go, the hurdle one or the broad jump ones. Again, slick. The landings suck on these because you're afraid you're going to go wipe out, but may do. So you see all my attempts here. I don't know, I just put 10 minutes on the clock, no specific sets and reps, and just have fun with it. Compete, try and beat your records, try and mark how far you go, how high you go. As you can see, not every jump is going to be good. Like I said, you're going to slip on the grass, you're going to get a shoelace, your big butt's going to hit the hurdle on the way down, but you just keep going, keep adjusting. You're going to break your hurdle. As you can see, my hurdles I have maybe one hurdle that's intact. I probably don't have one that's fully intact anymore. They're all broken. I've been stabbed with one jumping over it. This one, I think one of the videos might show that I broke off a little bit of the top on the shorter one, as the upright there. But we make do with what we have. So just have fun with these. Challenge yourself. Try and get that roll right into it. Kind of be in that transition. So I'm not positive, but I think this is where we're getting up to 43, which was a PR. I failed a bunch of times and then finally hit it, and I was pretty juiced up about that.
So he said, about 43, might as well go up to 40, 45. I think that's about all I have left on that left up right there. Again, it's broken off so many times. I broke it again this morning. So there's not much left. So we went as high as we could, but we'll let you see if I got it. What do you think? Do you think I got 45?
All right, into the lifting. Gonna do a few more jumps here in this first kind of, I guess you call it a contrast tri-set. It's one that I've done in the past. I like it. So I'm gonna do overcoming iso split squat into the pins. We're gonna go do a split squat depth drop each leg, a few reps each leg, and then we're gonna do a lunge jump or a switch and lunge jump. So just a little 3 exercises pairing. I guess I always say pairing. It's not a pairing if there's 3 exercises, but 3 exercises, contrast set, working on creating force and then using that force to jump. So let's see how it goes.
Again, with these overcoming isos, you're just pulling as hard as possible into an immovable object. Technically, this rack is kind of movable. I can feel it move a little bit. That's why I like to use the one down in my basement, because that one's bolted to the ground, which is not going to move. But you're just pulling as hard as you can. Even this, you're pulling heavy, and maybe it's getting a little bit. So just pulling, getting that intensity for 5 seconds, keeping that intent. Pairing that with the depth drops. So this is just the same position, landing in that split squat, taking on that impact, creating a lot of force when you hit the ground. Eventually, next week we'll go up and up, adding a little bit of height or weight or bands even to create more force. Then we're going to take on or use that force and create the force and jump. Jumping, one of the most athletic things you can do, and jump in various ways.
Right, next up, just basic safety bar squat, back squats, and we're going to pair that with, again, compressing the spine with the squats, barbell on the back. So we're going to kind of move the spinal mobility with some half kneeling reach backs in between in our rest. So we're going to work our way up to a heavy set of 3 on these, and then we'll go from there.
So we just work our way up with the squats, building up, and pairing that with the spinal reach backs. Again, I have a terrible spine, especially in extension. So that's why I got to do this. Do this stuff every day just to keep it fresh, keep it feeling good. Working on a spinal mobility ebook that I'm going to give away. So stay tuned for that.
As you can see, I got the my custom-made heel wedge ramp thing, whatever you want to call it, just to raise the heels up a little bit, help me get a little bit deeper. Really working on full range of motion on these squats, getting good and low. It's going to help just get more muscle recruitment in there, get the full range of motion. It's good to get that full range of motion. There's a time and place for half quarter squats, depending on that, but these full range of motion, really work on that. And as you can see with the spinal extension, my spine is terrible, especially in extension. Really working on that. That's kind of one of my big goals here. Get faster, jump higher, and get more mobility in the spine. And so join me on that journey. So we're going to keep working up, and see what we can get for our squats today.
So why the safety squat bar? Again, I like to mix up my squat variations. Again, a squat is a squat. Front squats, back squats, belt squats, safety squat. I use them all. Just getting that. But my shoulder, again, has started acting up. The other night I woke up in the morning, my shoulder was just bothering me again. I thought it was good after a week of kind of rest and recovery, no throwing or anything like that. It just bothered me, wrists bothered me. So again, a barbell back squat, a front squat can aggravate the shoulder, aggravate the wrist. Back squat really can aggravate the shoulder. These feel great. Put the arms in that forward neutral right in front of you position. No, nothing there. So that's the main reason I chose these. But again, I do them a lot of times, even when I'm feeling good too, just to change up the load, change up the implement. So use different tools to get the job done.
Just finished up, got a 3 up top set for the day. Well, 295 I believe it is with the safety bar. So I don't know, I felt solid. The first rep felt good. Might have not cut the last few reps a little, not as deep as I would have liked, but hey, we got it done. Now we're gonna do a drop set. So we're gonna take 25s off each side and just do 2 plates for as many reps as possible, and then see how that feels. Probably just do 1, and then we'll get into, got a few more things. We got some drop catch, RDLs, and just some other accessories we're gonna hit today. So let's finish it up. Next, we're gonna hit some drop catch RDLs. So going heavy on this, actually let them go to the bar, try and catch it and bring it up as fast as possible. Taking that impact, getting some impact, some force on those hamstrings. Just gonna do a couple sets, then we'll finish with some other accessories.
And with these, it doesn't look like much, but you let your hands go. Let that fast eccentric, kind of the gravity, pull it down to catch it and bring it back up.
ISO, just a standing hamstring curl. Really try and get that hamstring squeeze as hard and tight as possible. Trying to get it to like cramp up. And we're gonna do some ISO single leg leg extensions on the glute ham machine. So the left leg, some really tension, squeezing. Some HBK squat get ups or Cossack squats, whatever you want to call them. I like HBK because a Heartbreak Kid. So I'm doing them elevated because I'm not great at, I can get a few unelevated. So I'm sitting on this pad just a little bit raised, so it's not as tough. It's a little bit more regress for me. But meet yourself where you're at. So we're going to go over, up, and then plant this foot in the ground and really push up. So it's going to work strength. Sometimes it takes a while to get going. And some mobility work. So eventually you can get to where you're on the ground. I haven't done these in a while, so not ready for the ground again yet. And eventually add weight. This side, your left leg's way worse.